how I balance having nutritious meals or nutritious foods plus honoring my cravings and listening to my intuition. So after lunch, it was like midday, and I was like, Andrew, do you want a smoothie? I was kind of like craving something like fresh, and a smoothie really sounded good. And so I made Andrew and I a smoothie, and then around like 5:30ish, I'm like, I'm not really like hungry for dinner, but I also know that I'm leading my clients in the academy through a breathwork session at 7:00. And so I know that I have to have something before, because then it's going to be way too late. And so I was like, okay, well, I need to get groceries. That is step one. And every Thursday I go to the farmer's market. So I wasn't going to get any protein or vegetables, but there was just a few odds and ends that I needed to get at the grocery store, like some teas, some nut butter. What else did I get? Japanese sweet potato. If you've never tried Japanese sweet potato, bomb. Some pistachios. I think I said dates. Dark chocolate, rice cakes, just like some of those things. And I was like, ooh, dates. Dates sound really freaking good with some melted dark chocolate. And then I also bought this nut butter. It is cashew, Brazil nuts, and coconut. Okay, I'm obsessed with cashews. Cashews are my absolute favorite. And I just bought this. I bought this before, and coconut is also really good. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to have this nut butter. And I was like, okay, perfect. Like, I don't feel like, a gigantic meal, so to speak, but I still want to have something nourishing and honor my craving as well too. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to have dates, melt some dark chocolate, put this cashew, Brazil nut, coconut, almond butter on top, and that will satisfy my craving. But I also want to have the nourishing piece. So right now I'm actually just heating up some bone broth, and I will be having that as well too. And it doesn't have to be challenging to honor your cravings and having nourishing meals and snacks. You have to really ask yourself, like, what am I craving? And also, what's going to nourish me? Like, if I just had dates and almond butter with dark chocolate, that wouldn't be filling, and that isn't going to be sufficient for the rest of the day. So I'm like, okay, well, I could have that, absolutely, but I also want to have something that will keep me a little bit fuller for a longer period of time and have, a little bit more nutrition in me, which is why I'm having the bone broth. And this is my personal healthy balance. Now, of course, every single day is different. I don't always have dates and dark chocolate for a later meal. But tonight, this was one example. So I wanted to record this podcast because this is how I, again, have these nourishing meals, nourishing snacks that are also really satisfying. I'm really excited for this bone broth, and the dates and the almond butter or the nut butter with dark chocolate hit the spot. And then I put drizzled honey on top. Like, that was so good. So I am satisfied. And now I'm moving on to something that's nourishing, this warm, hot cup of bone broth that has so many nutrients in it. And it's going to make me feel really good. It's going to make me feel really nourished. So are you just honoring your cravings and leaving out the nourishing part? Or are you just trying to have the nourishing aspect, but you're forgetting about the cravings and the satisfaction part? I don't leave out one part. I manage both. Now, maybe not in every single meal, but throughout the day, I'm always thinking nutritious plus delicious. Like, that's literally my formula, nutritious plus delicious. Is it nutritious and delicious? Check mark, check mark. If it's maybe just a nutritious meal, I mean, that is great. And sometimes that's perfect. But if it's not like, that was so good, it's like it doesn't leave me satisfied, and it won't leave you satisfied as well too. So I want you to think about this formula, so to speak, nutritious plus delicious. Are you implementing both? Are you just favoring one over the other? I found that having a mixture of both for meals and snacks is so helpful, and it personally leaves me feeling really freaking good, leaves me feeling really satisfied, and this is what will help you have less urges, stop when you're full, and also not leave you still thinking about food after your meal. So if I just force myself to have something nourishing, like honestly, what does not sound good right now, Andrew bought these turkey burgers and they're a little plain, okay? Like they're a little bit plain. We got them from the farmer's market, but they're just plain. And to think about eating one of those, I'm like, no, like that does not sound good right now. So I'm not going to force myself to just have a plain freaking turkey burger. That does not sound good right now. What sounded good, I listened to my intuition and I was like, okay, no, I don't want that actually. And there isn't really a lot in the fridge because, again, tomorrow I go to the farmer's market. Andrew and I take turns. So last week he went to the farmer's market and he cooked, which God bless his soul. And he also planned date night. But then this week it's my turn to go to the farmer's market, grocery shop, cook, and then plan date night. We're trying this out. We're like, is it going to be too much for one person in 1 week? But we're going to test that out, side note, and then see how it goes. If not, then we'll make it like one person will do the cooking and farmer's market, grocery trip, and the other person will plan date night. But for right now, it's both on 1 week, which is kind of nice because then it's just like you take over the week and then the next week you kind of just like sit back and relax. So I could have easily been like, yeah, just have the turkey burger. Like that's what you probably should eat. But honestly, that just wouldn't do it for me. I know my body, and you can get to know your body as well too when you let go of in your head what you believe is the right thing to eat and tune in. Tune into this beautiful, loving intuition of yours that wants you to have nourishing meals and also delicious meals and snacks. So this combination will leave you just feeling so nourished and so satisfied. And I'm going to be diving deeper into this inside of the upcoming program, Turn Up the Dial on Your Health and Nutrition Without Messing Up Your Relationship with Food, so that you can find this healthy balance for yourself where honestly you just start to crave more nutritious foods and it doesn't feel restrictive for you. Like I don't feel restrictive ever, and I've been able to prioritize my health more and more and more every single year. And I want to help you get to a point as well too where you have this level of intuition that is like, oh, okay, yeah, you know what? I'm really craving this, but I should probably also add this in so that I could leave feeling nourished. I could leave feeling, really good in my body. I can have the energy. When you balance those two of nourishment and satisfaction, it is a game changer. It's not about one or the other. It's about both. So we're going to be diving deeper into that program, and you're able to join that program. I'll leave the link in the show notes for you to come and join us inside of this program. Well, we got 40 minutes. I am going to enjoy my amazing bone broth. Just so warm, so nourishing, especially on this cold day. I'm so excited to enjoy it. And then lead my academy clients through a breathwork session tonight. And then head off to an early bed so I can get a good night's sleep and wake up feeling refreshed, feeling energized, get in my workout tomorrow morning, and have an amazing rest of the day. So that is today's podcast episode, focusing on nourishment and things that are also delicious. And that will be so helpful for you. All right, badasses, that is all for today's episode. Enjoy the beautiful rest of your day, and we will catch you inside of the next episode.